We heard that you were challenging Usyk to a street fight in MMA. Is that true?
Well, yeah, he called me out to do MMA, and our teams are talking, and I'm in.
Heavyweight Usyk, who beat Tyson Fury.
Yeah, he wants to fight me. To be honest, that scares me more than any of the other like, that scares me more than fighting Anthony Joshua, for sure.
But you know Usyk's a wrestler.
I think, yeah, he's like an Olympic wrestler.
Yeah, he knows how to wrestle.
Whoa.
Yeah. Usyk's a dog. He knows how to wrestle. He knows how to fight. He knows...
JakePaul was in the ring with him afterwards, right? And say what you like about JakePaul pretending he's a proper boxer and that he can beat up AJ, what have you. The dude generates mental money, crazy money. And if Alexander Usyk wants to fight him, I wouldn't care. You know, like most boxers, when I see them call out JakePaul, I think, come on, man.
You don't care because he deserves the...
That man can do what he wants.
Yeah.
That man can do anything he wants. And if he can get paid £50 million to knock JakePaul's spark out, I'd be front row cheering.
Listen, I saw JakePaul and I say congratulations to him because he proposed his lovely wife to be. And I say, listen, keep doing what you're doing. You know, because I remember when TurkiAlalshikh came in the game, he goes, "Well, we don't promote it on YouTube boxing."
Yeah.
And I was like, why did you say that? What did you? I was like to myself, why did he say that? Don't he know the force of these young guys? JakePaul, KSI, Logan Paul, you know, Speed. Man, these guys are mega gods in the YouTube game.
Yeah.
They don't need nobody. They do it themselves. They've been doing it since they were young kids. And when he said that, I was like, why? And then fast forward later on, he's taking photos with JakePaul, KSI, Speed. He realized he cannot beat these young kids. So what do? You join them. Yeah, because these guys are on fire. Yeah. When I saw this is not like a prop of trying. He's a content creator. Yeah. You use this down the line when Usyk's retired and say, you know, I'll give it a go. Why not? For charity in Ukraine. There's nothing.
Boxing's heavyweight scene just got weird again. Alexander Usyk, the undisputed champion of the world, is reportedly in talks to fight JakePaul, but not in a boxing ring, in MMA. Yes, the Olympic gold medalist, the slick technician, the man who outclassed Joshua and dismantled Dubois, might face a YouTuber in a cage. Why? Because JakePaul brings money, hype, and headlines, and Usyk's team is paying attention. But hold on, there's a problem. The Dio has ordered Usyk to defend his title against Joseph Parker. No negotiations, no contract, nothing.
Given that you are such an admirer of his, and you appreciate the skill because you're an appreciator of skill, what makes you think that you've got the toolkit to dethrone him?
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. Want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one, and just work hard.
But given you have had one round since March 24, is it the right move for you to take this opportunity rather than having a fight in between it to get yourself into a situation where you're really in the zone?
That is a good question, because I've had one fight in 2024, one this year, and activity is key, and he's been very busy, Usyk.
What is the reason behind you only having one round, Joe? Like, politics of the sport?
I have no idea.
You've been knocking on the door, you
I've
wanted
been
the
knocking on
opportunity.
the door, I've been asking for any fight and every fight. Who knows, right?
Shows it's the best in the division. When it comes to winning the world title shot, it almost holds up the division in a sense.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's begging Usyk now. Every boxer, every heavyweight boxer, every heavyweight trainer, every heavyweight manager, every heavyweight promoter is just like, Usyk, you've done it, well done, you've beaten everyone twice, Sailor. They're not just saying that because they don't want to see him lose, they're saying that because he's holding up all the belts. Like, so it's like, let them all go, let everyone else have a Royal Rumble, because otherwise, whether or not any of us believe we can beat Usyk isn't the point. That means you're stuck to all the belts are being challenged once or twice a year. So there's 4 interim guys waiting. They have to wait 2 years each, depending on which one gets called first. So you do want to see it get divided, and then there could be another push towards a further undisputed in the future. So, yeah, I think everything does sort of wait on Usyk, but I think something tells me maybe it's just wishful thinking that, you know, if he doesn't box Parker next, with the WBO ordered it, why would you let go of one and not let go of all of them, and then just have your own exhibition match or your own fight against, do you know what I mean, Fury or whoever it's going to be against?
If Usyk doesn't move soon, he risks being stripped of his belt. Parker's team is frustrated. They've waited patiently, earned their shot, and now they're watching Usyk flirt with exhibition-style fights instead. And it doesn't stop there. Rumors are swirling about Jake Paul fighting Anthony Joshua in 2026. Tyson Fury even claimed Paul would knock AJ out. Has the sport lost its mind? Maybe not. These crossover fights are bringing in massive money and new fans.
We kind of went through the contractual points, and there aren't really any major barriers to make this fight. Like, and I want to make it clear. I'm not sitting here telling you I'm calling for this fight. You know, we've been targeting this fight. I think the fight's a mismatch. I think AJ destroys him. But if Jake Paul wants this fight and he's serious, the fight will happen.
Francis getting in there with AJ. Jake, who is now 13 fights in, plus one amateur fight, a lot less than AJ, but much more than Francis Ngannou. I think we're very comfortable with it. Ultimately, it's not a fight that I want Jake to do. It's a fight that Jake wants to do. And that's a discussion we've had at length, and he feels very confident about where he is in his career and his chances of upsetting Anthony.
AJ, Jake Paul, is it happening?
I don't know, I just...
Are you, like, obviously...
Am I an advocate for it? No, absolutely can't.
No, but I'm just saying, numbers-wise and how big the fight is, can you get your head around that to allow it to happen, etc.?
I don't know, I think AJ's not overly interested in that sort of stuff, do you know what I mean? But I don't know, I don't make decisions for him, do you know what I mean? But
we spoke to Jake Paul last week at Wembley. He said the fight's happening. Eddie Hearn said it's all right him saying that, but obviously things have got to be right, etc. So it must have been discussed in some sort of capacity.
Well, yeah, I think a conversation's been had with a few people, like Turkey and that, and Jake Paul obviously discussed it and whatnot. But Eddie will know more than me. I don't know too much about it, to be honest.
But if that is the case, it's just business as usual. You'll be involved in preparing for whatever, if it is the case.
Yeah, look, like I say, I've said this over and over with AJ stuff. The land can change and very, very quickly. Opportunities open up, and so yeah. When there's news, then there's news to discuss, isn't there? For the minute, we're just making up random stuff to have a conversation about, to be honest. But I get it. AJ does numbers anytime his name's mentioned and whatnot, so I get it. But for me, it's like there's nothing of substance to have a conversation about.
There's been some talk about possibly Joshua using Jake Paul as a tune-up to fight you. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know about tune-up. I think Jake Paul knocks him out.
Seriously?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why so? What impresses you about Jake Paul?
I just think Jake Paul would knock AJ out. I think AJ's a spent force, and I think Jake Paul's on the rise. And I like his new heavyweight.
But at what cost? Belts are being held hostage. Real contenders like Parker, Okolie, and others are left waiting. And fans are torn. Do they want elite matchups or entertainment? So here's the big question. Should boxing legends chase money fights or respect the rankings? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe, because this saga is far from over.